Mama. Where are we at?
USS Constitution. It's still a commissioned ship, stationed in Boston, Massachusetts.
Yay!
And they have Marine barracks and everything here.
Yep. It's like most American ships, they've got U.S. Navy and U.S. Marines.
It's gotta be hot. Did you say this was an actual base?
It's also the National Park Service.
There's Marine barracks. See it? That ship right there, Amber, that they're working on. Okay. That's the USS Constitution.
Really?
I know, they're up there. Where are they? The USS Constitution is definitely not a pirate ship. Supposedly.
And for you. It's Taylor.
Hola.
Does that feel good? Does that feel good?
You can share it.
Okay, that's obviously somebody's quarters. Nice view of the back. If they were underway, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
Hello.
what do you think about these cannons? What do you think about the cannons?
I think I'm gonna blow up the enemy. Look what this is.
Oh no, we're aimed at Boston.
Your goal is to not come broadside to broadside. Your goal is to come like this. So it's called crossing of two. And so what happens is exposure. Yes, you got less armor in front. So there's less protection in front. So what you're
Casual Fridays without no uniforms.
This is my casual Friday. You see what else I wear? We wear this uniform to hopefully immerse you guys more in the history. This is what a sailor would have worn back in the 1800s. And personally, I think that this is pretty casual because the other uniform is kind of hot. It's a hot day, and at least I have a little bit of airflow in this. And that's why sailors would wear it, because when they were sailing in those hot areas of the world, you know, there's a little bit more airflow going on.
Do you guys actually say aye, Captain?
Yes. So aye is actually a response saying, I understand and I will obey. So if someone gives you an order like, what's your name? Elizabeth, I need you to man that gun. Saying, I understand and I will do it. So aye.
Aye, aye. How big are the cannonballs?
So the cannonballs, if you guys want to come over here, this is our 24-pound cannonball. It's welded to the
24 pounds?
Yeah, 24 pounds. The ones upstairs are 32 pounders.
Okay.
The ones upstairs are meant to crack huge holes inside of an enemy ship. These ones are meant to more damage the enemy ship but not really cause as much damage. It would not cause as much damage as the ones upstairs. So this is part of our grape shot. So grape shot is meant to kill people. So this grape shot has these balls in it, and this canister shot, essentially like a shotgun shell, has a lot of little musket balls in it, so they're firing against it. So this one, the double-headed shot, oh, so a little bit more of explanation. Yeah. The double-headed shot, the bar shot, and the bar shot, and the star shot are meant upstairs. They're meant for all of the rigging that you guys see, all the lines. But out of all those shots, which one do you guys think is the deadliest on this table? Actually, the deadliest shot on this table is going to be this one, the round shot. Okay. Reason being, what are you guys surrounded by right now?
Cannons.
Wood.
Wood. Wood. How many of you guys like splinters? How many of you guys like splinters about this one?
Not me.
No. All that stuff, all this oak is going to shoot out and hit you with any type of splinter that it possibly can. And we don't really have great medical technology back in the day. So if you got infected, any of that stuff got infected, what you would have to do is unfortunately cut off the limb to save the body. Which is what eventually happened, which is why you guys will see a lot of sailors. Unfortunately, it's kind of a stereotype because of Long John Silver and everybody like that. But you'll see these sailors having half limbs or half arms, or not even arms at all, because they have to cut off that limb because most likely they got hit with a piece of wood. It festered, it got infected, and to save yourself, you have to cut that off. So a lot of people ask, like, how do you get these types of shots? How are they invented? It's literally sailors being bored. So you think about it, like, no, seriously. You think of being a sailor on one of these ships, you think, what is going to cause the enemy to surrender faster? If you fire their ships with this, your main goal is to have the enemy surrender. So if you fire into the side of their ship and it's not doing a lot, the enemy's not going to surrender because their morale is going to be really high. They're going to keep fighting. What you do want to do is disable the ship, because the enemy knows if you disable their ship, they're not going to go anywhere. And that's when casualties really start to happen. If they can't move, it starts to become not if we're going to lose, but when. So these guys start devising essentially how do we disable their ship faster? And what happens is these. What does this look like?
The weight.
It's a cannonball cut in half with a bar in the middle. That's it. How are we going to knock out the stuff upstairs to disable it? Your main goal in fighting any of these ships is not to sink them. It's to capture them. The easiest way to add another ship to your fleet is to take it over and make it the USS whatever instead of the HMS whatever. Okay? And actually, the ship that we fought against to earn our nickname Old Ironsides, HMS Galileo, was a French ship that the British captured, and then we beat and then sunk the day later. So yeah, most of the time when we're capturing these ships, or when we're attacking these ships, they become USS. USS, or it would have been USS Galileo if we didn't do a great job of poking too many holes in her. But yeah, your job is to not damage the ship enough to where it sinks. Your job is to disable it, disable everything upstairs, and then tow it back. It gets repaired within 6 months, and then you have another ship in your fleet.
Was this ship ever used as a rescue mission?
Yes and no. So, let's talk about Philadelphia. So during the Barbary Wars, we had a captain who was a little, he wanted to prove himself. He had a chip on his shoulder, he was surrounded by what you call great people around him. His name is William Bainbridge, and he comes in later. Captain Bainbridge gets in charge of a ship called the Philadelphia, and he sails his ship into a harbor that is, it's a little shallow for the type of ship that he has. He sails it in, it gets stuck on the shoals, and he's surrounded by the enemy. They capture the ship, and he's taken as a prisoner of war on his own ship. What happens is, some of the men on our ship, some of the Marines, some of the sailors decide, you know what, we can't have the enemy ship protecting their harbor with one of our ships. So what they do is we send our sailors, led by a man named Stephen Decatur Jr., right? He becomes the youngest captain in the history of the United States Navy because he leads this rescue mission to rescue Bainbridge and burn the Philadelphia. So there's your rescue mission.
How come the bigger cannons are on top and the smaller ones are on bottom?
So the smaller ones are meant for range. Okay? You need more protection for them, but also the bigger ones are meant to smash the side of the ship, right?
How many wars has she been in?
The Quasi War, the Barbary Wars, the First Barbary War, War of 1812, and the Second Barbary War. So we've been in 4 wars.
Has this ship ever sustained so much damage that she might not have been able to be fixed?
No. So And it's kind of funny that you mentioned that. So during one of our battles, our battle with HMS Cyan and HMS Levant, to prove to you how resistant she is, we actually sailed away. When we got back to Boston, they found that there were 8 enemy cannonballs stuck in the sides of our ship. So not only have we never been close to being essentially sunk, but we're so
Sturdy.
sturdy. Exactly. Thank you. That's a better word. They do not. So we would not want to fire them all at once, because what's going to happen is one of two things. So one, if you fire all these cannons at once, because of these recoil lines, you're going to damage part of the side of the ship. Okay, if all of those are pulling at once, you're going to start damaging the structure of the ship. The second thing is that having the windage in your favor during a naval battle is extremely important. Why? Because if you're able to maneuver or outmaneuver someone, you'll be able to get around them and fire at them from a different angle, right? If all these guns fire at once, the force is going to push us a little bit. It's not going to be a lot, but it's just enough that we could lose the windage. So you wouldn't want to do that.
Do the cannons just shoot straight, or do they also shoot from different angles?
So they're going to shoot straight. And the reason being is because the captain, they've been training on this ship for a very, very long time, since they're about 12 or 13 years old, up until when they're given their first commission. By the time you become a captain of a ship, you're going to know exactly where these guns are firing on the line. So what you're going to want is not to move these guns from side to side, but you're essentially picking where you want each of these guns to hit. You'll be able to tell, while you're standing at the helm, where is each of these guns going to hit. Okay? They get extremely, extremely well versed in being able to predict where these guns are going to hit. So they're not going to move them from side to side because they know exactly where they're going to hit it.
If this ship was ever called into war, would she survive with today's technology?
So we always like to joke that if the whole fleet of the United States Navy disappears, that we would strap a 50 caliber and sail out.
What is the firing rate on a 24-pounder?
1,200 yards, accurate.
How often?
How often?
Yeah.
90 seconds.
90 seconds?
Yes. Every 90 seconds we can fire off 124 pound.
How many total cannons?
Right now, about 42. We were commissioned as a 44-gun frigate, but we never went into battle with less than 50.